Hey everybody, this is James from Brazil, and I'm finally out with another video 4, which will document the process from seed to soil. I'm actually taking the seed, sowing it, starting the plant, transplanting it for the first transplant to get it sufficiently grown to take it to field. I'll be documenting this entire process. My intention with this channel is really only to document the process of growing tobacco all the way from its very first stages, which is the seed, to its very final stages, which is a consumable product, either as cigarettes, pipe, or cigar tobacco. But I'll go through the whole process. I hope you enjoy. I am going to be working with some fertilizer. Shout out to Karen and Mauricio, who gave me this. This is liquid gold, as they call it. It's a type of fertilizer that was made from worm excrement. Alright, so this is good to go. This will be the fertilizer that I spray on the soil. I'll show you how that goes. Thanks again to Karen and Mauricio for giving me the black gold. Alright, let's show you what we got here. This is a compost pile, actually. I ran into my mother-in-law and she said that this recently got emptied out and put right there because it's good to go. So I'm going to use this. Things that you'll need. You'll need a sieve. Okay. I'm just going to go back and forth between them, just kind of sifting them out. So these are 10 by 20. So that's 200. And then we'll just sprinkle the dirt in there. Alright, let's just get to it then, huh? Alright, this is the final result. I don't think we need any more sifting. The next thing I do is really boring. These got some holes in them. The really fine dirt just goes right through it. I'll just pop a little rock down the bottom. The rock allows the water to drain but doesn't let the soil fall out. So this is really boring. Right around sundown, we'll go ahead and plant. We're getting close, so let's get a move on. I've got my seed here, as you can see. I'm calling this Munch Kid a spade. Munch Kid is a region in Brazil where I live. If you want to look it up, you can. And this is the 0 generation, the generation that I first got my seed from. From there, I planted 1 year. And the best plant was this one, so this is the first generation. So I'm gonna go with this again this year and see what I can't do. It's a Virginia variety, that's all it is. It's a Virginia variety that's local to this region of Brazil. It's everybody's planting it everywhere around here, so that's where I got my seed from. We're gonna eyeball a lot of stuff today. This is ash from a fire. This particular ash was just wood that was burning in the field, so it's totally sterile because everything was killed off at that temperature, right? Completely sterile. And the reason that we put this with the seed is to see where we're putting the seed, essentially. That's it. So what we're gonna do is mix the seed with the ash in here, and we're just gonna mix it up. From there, we're gonna put it into something I punched a bunch of little holes in, and that's gonna go in here, and we're just gonna tap, and those little seeds are gonna fall right out there into the beds. I'm gonna say up to this line right there is probably gonna be one bed. Up to this will probably be enough for all 4 beds. Probably more than enough, actually. Let's go for it. Into the mixer. These guys are so small. So small. Okay, 1 full scoop. That should be pretty good, actually. Let's go ahead and shake it up. It does look pretty peppery. Looks pretty good. Looks like we got a good ratio of black spots to white in there, so like wherever I spread this, we should have some seed in there. Alright, so here's where I start my seed. I start them here for a few reasons. Number 1, I pass by here every day, so I don't forget to water them. Number 2, there's no direct light, but there is a lot of indirect light through these windows, these big glass windows. 3, I can close and open this window door, this sliding door, so that allows for airflow, which I just think is better. And if there's too much wind, I can close it. And lastly, it's protected from the rain. There's a nice overhang here. You need to keep them out of direct sunlight, out of wind, too much wind, but have good airflow. And out of rain, and a place where you're going to remember to water them. That's kind of the most important. All right, so now I'm going to take my liquid gold here, the fertilizer that I have, and I'm going to spray it completely, empty this bottle out onto the soil, and let it seep into the soil for about an hour or so. That just opens a little top layer for that seed to kind of nicely fall in there. Let's do this. Last step is just empty another whole one of these out on them, kind of let them sit in. There is the final result. All right, rock and roll. Alright guys, it is Saturday, October 5th. It has been 6 days since I planted. Very first sign of anything has started to sprout up right here. Now don't get your hopes up. These are not tobacco. Very probable that some sort of seed or something got in there. That's definitely not tobacco. And I don't think this is either right here. This guy, however, might be. It has the rounded
little tips. So just another thing to be aware of, it takes a while for them to come up, and when you start to see the first sprouts of little green things, don't get too excited because it's probably not even tobacco.
Today is Tuesday, October 29. It's been 1 month since I've planted. So I've had them here, water them regularly with that watering, and I've put them out to get some sun. Now they're big enough to get some sun. All these little guys are little tobacco plants. But anyway, yeah, that's what we got going on so far, 1 month in. So, making a call here today. We've got some pretty good roots here going. So I'm going to take these to a shaded area. Here is a little bit of shading. So this is where we're going to put the plants. This is going to be ideal for them, really, because they're not going to really get the super direct sunlight, and they're going to be protected also from rain. I had this one over at the far end, but that's direct sunlight, so direct sunlight's too much for these guys. To this stage here was about 1 month, and now it's going to go pretty fast. I would imagine we'll see considerable growth with this sunlight all throughout the day now. I wasn't sure if I liked doing it in these individual things this year as opposed to an open tray, but I kind of do like it. Even though a lot of them grow together, we're only looking for the biggest, and it does make it easier to extract the entire system without really messing up the roots. So that's very non-invasive to the plant. It comes out real nicely as opposed to an open tray. All the roots kind of get tangled. Now they are tangled here, but we can extract them out. All I'm going to do is find the biggest one, which in this case is that, and just very gently hold the leaf with my finger, and then I'm going to dip the whole thing into the water, just lightly holding the leaf. Just give it a very gentle shake. And that's perfect. I've got the entire root system right there, just hanging and dangling. From there, I don't know how this is going to look in my camera, but essentially you're just going to make a little hole, set it in there, and make sure the roots are down there, and give it a little press, and that's, let's see where I'm at with this camera. So that's done. So that's a successful transplant, and that took maybe 15 seconds outside of the soil in total. So let's just do one more. $50, $50, $50, $50. So that is 100, 200, 250.
Bonitinhas. Olha. 250. Vamos lá. So this is the field where we're going to be planting this year. Pretty big field. I chose to weed whack everything this year. Put a fire line completely encompassing the field. A pretty good fire line, a hefty one. You know, it's about, I'd say, 1.5 feet wide in this direction. The overbrush that is cut and has been laying dead in the field for a couple weeks, we're just gonna burn that off. One thing that's important to do is not put it into piles. Because if you put it into piles, the fire will get really high and the wind might take some embers. So if you're gonna do a controlled burn like this, keep the stuff close to the ground, because then the flames, they won't get, you know, more than 6 inches off the ground. That's what we're gonna do here. Just do a controlled burn on the field, and I'll show you the end result. All right, we've got the field basically prepared. What we'll do now is just go 15 by 15, do a little hole by hand with our hoe, and plant.
Vai ser bom que conserva o pezinho dela.
Uhum.
Só que você molhar, cair ela molha.
Segura a água.
Aí ele segura. Entendeu?
Melhor, não escorre.
Ela não fica escorrendo.